Welcome. We're back. All right, this is my second stream today. If you were in the earlier stream, let me raise my camera a little bit. All right, if you were in the earlier stream today, basically we just did scanning for like an hour. I found like potentially 4 new trades, which we're going to be talking about later in the stream. Before I get into anything else, just looking at futures, I'm kind of questioning whether the S&P, which is like the index of 500 of the biggest stocks on the in the market, I'm kind of questioning if it's breaking out right now or not, because the way I've been looking at it is like this 4-hour upsloping channel, even though there's like times where it broke out and nothing really happened. But for the first time, it's like really above the top line, and I have not really seen that ever on futures. So futures for going into tomorrow are very they're up a lot. That's the easiest way to put it. But if you're looking at the daily, it kind of looks like they're breaking out too. Never mind, I was gonna say it's at the top, but it's breaking out of that now too. So from a technical standpoint, somehow this market is so bullish that futures are breaking to the upside of an upsloping flag that's been going on since November. That is big. If this can confirm tomorrow and turn into a support, which would be, I don't even know how that's possible. Look how upsloping this line is. Just very, very insane price action ever since that huge drop like 2 weeks ago. Just a crazy rally. I mean, percent wise on the market from the low to the high on futures, and 8% in like 2 weeks. That's like the return in a year sometimes in the market, from what I've heard when people talk about it in quotes and stuff. But I just want to look at futures before anything else because they're very, very notable right now. That's just how I'm starting off the stream. Usually I talk about it later, but yeah, how's everybody doing? We have 40 people in here. I hope you had a good weekend. If you were in the stream earlier, you probably have an idea of what trades I'm going to be talking about in a little bit. But hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, drop some vibes in the chat, let me know how you're doing. Basically, I'm just going to be going over the current trades going into the week. I'm going to be showing some new trades going into the week. And then after I do all that, we can do tickers in chat. But I'll let you know when we're going to start doing the tickers in the chat. Until then, I just have a lot to talk about because there is quite a bit to talk about. I want to get everybody prepared for this week. I really just took some time away from the charts and stuff. I traded a little bit of crypto. I lost some money, I'm not going to lie. I was just kind of being stupid with my crypto trades this weekend, but I'm not a perfect trader. I never said I was, and you know, I'm very, very comfortable with taking losses sometimes. It's just how it goes, even though I did recover a decent amount of it, but that's besides the point. Let's talk about the trades going into the week. Obviously, let's just go to like the weekly sheet real quick. So these are like the ongoing trades from last week coming into this week. Remember, last week was awesome. Look how many trades hit their targets: 43%, 35%, 28%, 23%, 19%, 13%, all confirmed targets that were achieved. And then these are like the ongoing trades that didn't hit their targets yet, so those are carrying over into this week. And then we did have the failed trade on RMO. So going into this week, Fisker, this trade is already up 27%. So wow. TNK is also, did TNK hit the target? I'm not too sure, but it's up 20%. QS, the long-term trade, is also up 17%. We're going to be talking about QS and Fisker quite a bit, remember. I've been talking about those for weeks, and then, you know, last Friday you saw 25% days on them. It was insane. So hopefully you've been listening to what I've been saying about Fisker and QS. Not financial advice, but just my opinion, I guess. And yeah, we'll talk about the rest. This is actually a failed trade now. I don't remember exactly how much of a loss it was. I'm going to have to fix this. This one did get stopped out over like the big crypto fall last night. So I'm going to need to like update the percent change because that is misleading. I don't want to. So I'll do that later, but those are like the trades going to the week. We're going to talk about them and stuff. Great week last week. Hoping to do that again or yet again, like how we've been doing pretty much every single week. Just great weeks all around. But yeah, we have like potentially 3 or 4 new trades I'm going to be talking about this stream. So I'm going to get into all of that, but before I do, just letting everybody know, the new merchandise collection is out. It's literally, you can see it in the text on my camera. From this humble hoodie, I could bring up the graphic real quick. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but just for anybody who didn't know, you see in this like second graphic, it says be humble or be humble. That's like a common quote. I kind of rephrase that in a trading term to take profits or the market will take them for you. You get that on a champion hoodie, which is this one right here. Then there's also a sweatshirt. That's like a not financial advice. It's like the picture on the top left. That's what the sweatshirt says. And then there's a shirt that says, if you see this one like in the bottom, where's my mouse? Okay, you see this one right here. It says Technical Analyst FTM. That one's on the t-shirt. And then I don't have to bring up the graphic for the rest. There's a I Heart Stonks t-shirt. Shout out to Guy and Hat for the idea. There's a Trader visor, and then a Vibes denim hat. So I just want to make things, because before the merch was literally just the logo, right? I'm wearing the hat right now. I have the mouse pad right here. The merch was just the logo. I wanted to make merchandise that's like more just general trading apparel. So the prices are higher, but in all honesty, I talked about this earlier. I'm literally making $3 or $4 in profit on some of these. I'm not even joking. If I have to show it, I can if you don't believe me. So this is not for me trying to make money. It's just the quality is much higher, so the production cost for these pieces is higher. That's just the prices they gave me, and I'm not going to be selling merch at a loss. So I'm making like a few bucks in profit on each one. It's just really higher quality, and that's what I'm aiming for with the apparel going forward. Not that this is bad, this is also great. I really just want to get it to that next level. So if you want to get merchandise or send me a tip or anything, that's the pinned comment in the chat and the first link in the description. And there's my plug. Hopefully it didn't annoy you too much. I just spent a lot of time working on this. Hopefully you enjoy it. Let's talk about FSR and QS. Let's talk about the rest of the trades, the new trades. Let's get to it. Okay, let's talk about it. Let's get to the charts. And also, for the people who are newer in the stream, if you ever, what's it called? Why is that like double? 1 second. What is this? I don't even know. 1 sec. I'm so sorry. I'm just going to take that out. Okay. What was I going to say? For the people who are new in the stream, if you ever send a tip or buy some merch, it will pop up in the stream. But yeah. So make sure the music's good. Sorry, I just want to make sure everything's good before I start getting to the charting and stuff. I don't want to have a bad quality stream. And I don't like this song. Alright. Let's talk about FSR first before anything else. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. We just hit 2,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. FSR, finally, it was accumulating for like literally a month in the Wyckoff accumulation range that I was showing, and now you're in the final phase where you just get that huge pump, which is pretty much what happened. It took a lot of patience, it took waiting, and now you got it. You technically have hidden bullish divergence on the daily. Huge volume. I think that was the highest volume ever on Friday for FSR, which is awesome. It's like trending on Reddit. It was trending on Reddit, I heard. We'll see what happens with that. But, you know, we've been here since it was 1455. It was the golden retrace, the 0.618 Fibonacci retrace. Came all the way down there. Before it even got there, I was like, look for support there. You literally sat there for a month, and then you finally went. Last Friday with the golden, I think it was Goldman Sachs, or was it JP Morgan? There was a institutional $27 price target. I can't remember. I just forgot it over the weekend. Can you tell I've been trying to forget about things for a few days just to reset, but now I'm like I'm really hyped up for this week. I'm going hard this week. This is my second stream today. I'm excited. And then you had the 4-hour hidden bullish divergence. If you're in the Discord, I was talking about this last week before Friday. You had the hidden bullish divergence right over here. Huge move. We were in because of the technicals, but obviously the price target was a major reason for the move, but you were accumulating because of the technicals, and then you were waiting for the catalyst, you got it, and now you should be up 25 to 30% depending on where you got in. Morgan Stanley, okay, thank you for letting me know, Josh. Then the other one, huge move, was QS. This was I just would not stop talking about this stock in the beginning of last week, would I? No. I don't know if people were mad at me for talking about it so much, but I was talking about it so much and the trade was down 7%. I just kept talking about it just because I had that feeling. There's not too many times I have that feeling, but this trade was literally down 7%. At one point, as you can see right here, this was the entry. It came all the way down here. Did not even get close. It was not even halfway to getting stopped out, but it was a high risk, high reward. And then on Friday, you also got the Morgan Stanley price target. I think it was $70, and it gapped up. Huge day. You know, those were two trades that had a pretty high conviction on, and they're both up very nicely. They were both up like 20% on Friday. And you know what their price target was? $70. What was my price target when I put out this trade last week? The week before last week, $70. So it's kind of funny how both of us had the same price target, even though I was a week earlier. Okay, Morgan Stanley, stop watching the stream. I'm playing. But yeah, QS. I charted the resistances and supports, so I can just go over that real quick. 55.84 is like your next resistance. I think it's around 55 when it closed after market. If you break 55.84, then you're looking at 59.22. That's your next resistance. If you break that, there's literally no resistance till the target $70. Remember, this is long term. It could take more weeks to play out. The short term target already got hit, so there's no reason why you shouldn't have taken a little bit of profit unless you really just want to hold this for a very long run. But it's, you know, the profits were very real. And yeah, your support, you are about 10% away from a support. So there's a minor support at like 51.50. if you see right here, you had a couple candle wicks, like right here, one there, another one right there, then a candle high. So like around $51 to $50 is like your major support that you need to hold. And that is QS. Very important thing, QS earnings are literally tomorrow. I did warn about this. I warned about it on the Discord and I talked about it on the stream. QS does have earnings tomorrow after market, and they're going to have a guidance call as well. So keep all that in mind. I'm very interested to see how that will affect the price, not only during the day, but obviously after hours. So yeah, that is QS and Fisker. I forgot to talk about the support resistance levels on Fisker. I think you don't have any resistance till 2150. There's nothing, you cannot say on this chart that there's resistance. You can use Fibonacci, sure. There could be fib resistances. Oh, I already did. Okay, great. So your golden retrace will be $20. So $20 also a psychological resistance on Fisker. And then your major support is 1821. On Friday, I literally put out a tweet saying, look for 1821 to be a support. And then in the afternoon, it fell all the way down to 1825. And then it bounced off of that to close at like $19. So great support bounce right there. For the first time ever, Fisker used the 1820-ish resistance as a support, which is very good. As long as you're above 1820, you're good. If you fall under it, then you have 1750-ish, which would be your next support. Then there's two other trades that I put out last week. Clover. I don't really want to reiterate what I said when I put out the trade because I already did, but it still looks good. You're holding the levels that you want to be holding. As long as you're above 1180 on Clover, you're good. Classic bullish divergence, double bottom at the PCZ of I believe this is a Gartley harmonic pattern. And I'm not even using like the textbook target. The textbook target would be like $17 almost. I'm using like halfway there as my target just so you can get the profits if it plays out. There's never certainty in trading. X is another trade. There was a failed, this is the third trade on X. The first one was a success for 20%. The second one was a 4% loss. And now we're going for the third one. We'll see what happens. Even if it just goes sideways for a few more days, it'll break out. As long as it doesn't continue going down, you're building a very strong support, hidden bullish divergence. UWMC, very similar chart to Clover. Classic bullish divergence on the 4-hour. And you're pretty much at the PCZ. You already went to the PCZ and you bounced off of it for this, I believe this is a bullish crab harmonic pattern. So yeah, RSI divergence on the 4-hour. At the PCZ, you're looking for demand. We'll see what happens. Another one, I'm just gonna do the rest of them pretty quick so we can just get these not done with, but I've already talked about them. Nokia broke out of the falling wedge. Now it's just going sideways. It's trying to break over the 200-day moving average. The 4-hour MACD is looking pretty nice. We'll see what can happen. Even like all the Reddit Wall Street bet stocks are showing very similar charts where they made a higher low than the beginning of their pumps. And they're showing hidden bullish divergence. You have the same thing on AMC, EXRT. I haven't seen Kodak or GameStop, but also BlackBerry, I believe. So very similar looking charts. As long as you're above $4 on Kodak, you're fine. I mean, not on Kodak, on Nokia, you're fine. DGLY, this one is down a little bit. It's as long as you're above the 200-day moving average, you're fine. Your 200-day moving average is 251, so you just want to hold that. Trade is down a little bit. What else? Beyond, this trade's in profit. It's up like 3%. Nice start. You're very close to confirming hidden bullish divergence. And then TNK, this one's been crushing it. Shout out to Christian in the Discord for recommending this one. It's up 20%. Let's go, Christian. Great job on this one. XL is up 7%. It's just going sideways, but the trade's up, so it's going to require patience if you're still in it. I had to take profits on XL because I was in call options, and there was an expiration date, and I was already up quite a bit, so yeah. And then Boeing, the MACD doesn't look that great anymore. You're still around the entry. The trade's technically in profit if you don't want to play it, but you know, your MACD is waning on the 4-hour and the daily now. So unless you get back above 213, just not take caution, but what you want to do is you want to get back above 213 and you want to hold it. You broke it last week, but then you fell under it when the market had like that weird move in the morning. And there's the update on like all the ongoing trades. There was a crypto trade that got stopped out over the weekend. That was the UMA. I can just talk about that one real quick. This one got stopped out over the weekend, but okay. Not only once, but twice was this trade up like 7 or 8%, okay? Like literally I posted it like right there. It went up like crazy right over here. Then it came back down to the entry. Then it went up again. And then Bitcoin fell last night. And then this one, it got stopped out, but the stop would have helped you because after getting stopped out, it literally fell another 13% within like 20 minutes after getting stopped out. So it's trying to rally right now. MACD actually looks all right, but you're not at a major support, and 2750 would be your resistance there. So that just recaps that. Now I'm going to actually talk about the trades on my watch list going into this week. If you were in the stream earlier today when I was scanning for these trades, you probably already have an idea what I'm about to say, but if you weren't, just some, I guess, a reiteration. This one is from the Discord. Shout out to Dan the Man for recommending it. This is a golden nugget. This used to be the SPAC LCA, and you're creating a dragon pattern, which means you have a double bottom and a supply line, and you're also showing some local divergence where the price is going down, but the MACD is going up. You have it on your RSI. You actually have it on your RSI as well, just a little bit. It is there on your daily RSI. I didn't even notice that. So some local divergence. As long as you're above $17 on GNOG, you're good. Okay, so the stop, what's my stop? Like literally right here. 1711. I'm actually just gonna put that at 1699. Okay, I don't know. Just gonna lower that a little bit. I haven't even put out any of these trades yet, so none of this is confirmed. I'm just showing you what I'm looking at right now, and then I'll be putting them out if they get to the levels I want them to, if they're doing what I want them to. Depends on how I feel, but these are just what I'm looking at going into the week. This is GNOG, that's number one. Next one is QSR, which has a double bottom as well, and your second bottom was off of the 200-day moving average. No divergence on the daily, but on the 4-hour, you have classic bullish divergence on the MACD and on the RSI. Class B, classic bullish divergence. They already had earnings. This company basically is like the parent company of Tim Hortons, Burger King, and I think Popeyes. Correct me if I'm wrong, that's just, we were looking at the website in the stream earlier today, and that's what I believe. They didn't really, they kind of worded their website weirdly, but yeah, that is QSR. I like the confirmed, it's not confirmed until you break the neckline, but I like the demand you're seeing at the second bottom. Then there's DD, which is like they have a lot of different things that they're doing. They're like in electric, they're in like biotech, they're just in a lot of modern technology things. And this one has very, very clear 4-hour classic bullish divergence at our support. Your previous resistance is now your support for now. And then on the daily, you have hidden bullish divergence developing. It's not confirmed yet. This is another one I'm potentially looking at. Remember, none of these are confirmed trades going into the week. They're just things I'm watching. They're on my watch list, right? So that is DD. Your next resistance, you have a resistance, a minor one, I think on the 4-hour at like 73.50, but the target would be right under 77, which is like that big resistance. And then stop loss is just like under this low right here. Then Bed Bath & Beyond, hidden bullish divergence is developing on the daily, and you're trying to create like a support. You're already showing demand. And then on the 4-hour, you have confirmed hidden bullish divergence where your MACD crossed over to green. So this is another one I'm looking at potentially going into the week. That's number 4. And then the final one, if you're here, Guy in Hat, you were talking about it on Friday. This is DraftKings, where you're showing hidden bullish divergence on the 4-hour, and you're back testing the breakout of the inverse head and shoulders. I've been showing this inverse head and shoulders for a couple weeks now. It broke out of it, you went right to retest the previous all-time high, then you fell again. And now you're trying to flip your previous resistance into a support. The thing here on DraftKings is it could literally fall right back down to the same low before going higher. So I'm not, personally, I'll just let this trade go. I'm just gonna let it go if it doesn't come back down. So what I'm looking for is an entry at a double bottom. What I wanted to do is a double bottom at the neckline of the inverse head and shoulders. If it doesn't, then really the issue with not trading it, it could still go crazy like a lot of other things like Penn. But like to your next resistance, to your next support, you're getting like a 1 reward to risk, right? If you entered it right here, just in the short term, it's like 50-50, I guess. The cooler, the $8 donation, XOM, inverse head and shoulders, and then EBON. I can look at both those for sure. Appreciate the $8 donation. If anybody else wants to send a donation or get some of the new merch that dropped today, that is the pinned comment in the chat. Merch looks right there. You have the I Heart Stonks t-shirt, the trader cap, bunch of cool things that I dropped today. Highest quality merch I've done yet. These are like the graphics for the merch. I'm just going to pop it up right there. Those are all the graphics that are on the merchandise. So yeah, if you want to get any of the merch, or you want to send me a tip like the cooler just did, that's the pinned comment in the chat and the first link in the description. Let's get back to the charts, but appreciate the $8. Everything good? I think I need to fix my audio. All right, so a lot of the times when I try and recalibrate my audio, my mic starts being fuzzy. If that happens, just let me know in the chat. It usually happens for like a minute and then it goes away, so let's see. All right. If my mic is fuzzy, let me know in the chat. It'll go away soon if it is. Let me just mute it. I don't know. Hopefully it's not fuzzy. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, on DraftKings, you're waiting for it to, I'm personally waiting for it to double bottom. There's no certainty that it will. I'm just hoping it does. They do have earnings upcoming. Yeah. Oh yeah, the Super Bowl, I mean, was literally last Sunday, a week ago. Am I mistaken? Audio is good. Thank you for letting me know, Sam. Appreciate that. So just to recap the 5 trades on my watch list, I've not put out any of them yet, but the 5 trades on my watch list going into the week: GNOG, USR, DD, BBY, and DKNG. Okay, those are the 5 trades, potential 5 trades. We'll see if I post them. If you ever want to like get alerted whenever I post something, join the Discord. The link for that is in the description. And yeah, also just follow me on Twitter at ChampionVibe to see that. Hey, hopefully everything's good. Let me just see what this is. I'm so sorry. My Streamlabs is just being pretty weird right now. Just don't understand what that is. Give me 1 second. I just want to make sure that this is correct. Okay. I really apologize. So that's actually the weekly top donor, not the monthly. All right, we're good now. I'm sorry for that. Streamlabs just acting up. Okay, so those are the 5 trades. Hopefully that was a good recap. Make sure to hit that like button. We have 72 people in here and only 30 likes. If you enjoyed the free education on trading and all the potential trades that I might put out and all the trades that are already out, hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. Let's get to 50 likes real quick. And yeah, really looking forward going into this week. Those are potential new trades. Those are the updates on last week's trades. So we pretty much covered everything. There's one last thing I did not cover, which is Bitcoin. After we do Bitcoin, then we can do the chat requests, but don't type any tickers in yet because I'm going to miss it if you do right now. Bitcoin had a pretty big impulse candle last night. That actually stopped me out of a couple of crypto trades I was in over the weekend. Like I really was not actively trading this weekend. I was just kind of like, I was in a few crypto trades with stop losses. I wasn't thinking too much about them. Bitcoin had a big impulse candle last night and I got stopped out of 3 different crypto trades I was in. Then I played like the bounce to like halfway up and then I took profits. So I recovered like half my loss, but I could have recovered all of it. A little bit frustrating, but who cares? I mean, I care, but whatever. Yeah, so it was like kind of like in this, Bitcoin was kind of in this rising wedge and it just broke out to the downside. Now it's trying to get back inside of it. It's kind of weird. I don't know if it's flipping it into a resistance, but it's just like the technicals for once on Bitcoin are just being very, very weird. Where like you had like a tweezer top right here, then you fell back out of the triangle, but now you're rallying again. Usually technicals work out amazing on Bitcoin, like one of the best charts to trade technically, right? But right now they're just being a little bit weird. I could see it going either way. Remember, it just went from $3,800 to $48,000. So yes, if you're buying right here, you're buying at a premium, a very high premium. There's no way to ignore that, okay? You had much better opportunities to be buying Bitcoin than right here. I even put out a trade on Bitcoin. Literally, my last trade on Bitcoin I put out at 33.6K. So even then was a better time to be buying, but it was still high. So here I can just see Bitcoin going either way. If it creates a new all-time high, your resistance would be the psychological resistance of $50,000. If you break that, then your 1272 fib extension is like 50.8K, and your 1618 would be pretty much $52,000. And then your supports on Bitcoin, I'd say your next major support is like honestly 44.4, if that makes sense. Like no, 46.4, $46,000 and can't even speak right now. $46,400. There you go. I can speak again. Great. That's like your next support based off of this wick, these 2 wicks, and then the wicks from last night, or one of them. You do have some sort of divergence developing, right? On the RSI, some hidden bullish divergence. We'll see what happens there. And then your MACD is showing some local divergence. If you're considering that, it's just a little bit, I could see it going either way, honestly. That is Bitcoin. That's the markets. That's the recap of last week. That's the trades I'm looking at going into this week. Hopefully that was a good intro to the stream. How long was that intro? Half an hour almost. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Thank you for all the likes. And yeah, check out the merch. check, it's the pinned comment in the chat and the first link in the description if you want to get merch or send me a tip. I don't know why I can't really speak right now. I'm just kind of tired, I guess. It's my second stream today, so that's probably why. And yeah, now it is time to do the ticker request. So if you want me to look at something, we have 80 people in here. So if you want me to look at something, drop it in the chat. But before you even type in anything, make sure that it was not up 50% on Friday or it didn't dump 70% on Friday. Give me something that's stable, okay? If you give me a chart that is literally a straight line up, I am not going to be able to analyze it because I need consistency, I need a pattern, I need divergence. Don't just give me a chart that you just want to request because you're all in that chart and it's up 30% or it's down 15%. I mean, 15% could be doable, but like you get the point. Don't give me a chart that's a straight line up or a straight line down. Give me a chart that's consolidating, going sideways so I can do what I do best. Otherwise, I'm just going to skip it. Do not take it personally. It's just not how I trade and it's not what I teach. That's not me saying the price can't go up. That's not me calling anything. It's just me basically saying I'm not too sure and I don't want to give you BS as an answer. So I only really analyze things I have the ability to analyze. Because I know we have some newer traders in here. I just want to say that every single time before we do the ticker request. Okay, so let's get to the ticker request. Please keep that in mind when you're dropping tickers in the chat, and don't be salty if I just skip your ticker. Remember, there's a lot of tickers in the chat. I can't get to all of them, and I did warn ahead that if you give me a straight line up, I can't do anything. Or if you give me a chart that has no data on it, I can't do anything, right? Like something that I IPO'd last week. So let me type all these in my watch list, and we're gonna get to as many as possible. Okay. But yeah, we need 4 more likes to hit 50 likes. So hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, we're on the road to 2100. Probably going to be hitting it this week if we can stay at this rate. So hit that subscribe button. So 2 people requested ZRX. I'm just typing all these in so I can look at them. Wow, that's quite a bit. We already looked at UWMC homebrew earlier in the stream. It's one of the trades. You could go back, or after the stream is done, we always post, shout out to Mike, who's the person that does the timestamps for me. After the stream, timestamps are posted of all the tickers I looked at. So did I type in FUBO yet? Sorry, my watch list. Let me just move it to the bottom, whatever. I don't want to be missing anything. NET, is that I or ITRM? Remember, I'm saying this ahead of time. If you give me something that's a straight line up or straight line down, I can't do anything for you. NOVN, Apple. Actually, yeah. I'll go over Apple first. Oh my. The chat went. I think this is the most amount of tickers I've ever seen requested in the chat. So we're probably, it's going to be a long night, it looks like. Hey. Oh wait, I'm just typing in tickers. And if you type in something twice, it might make it. If you type in a ticker twice in the chat, what's going to happen is I'm going to be typing it in twice. And the second time I type it in, it's going to remove it from my watch list, so it's not going to help out. Oh my gosh, the cooler. I'm so sorry. I completely forgot. I got caught up with the other trades. Yes, I'm going to look at both of them before anything else. Thank you for the $14 now. I'm genuinely, I apologize. It's just been a long day for me. I did the merch and then I was streaming. This is my second stream. I'm going to get to those two first. Apologies. And I'm getting super confused with like the tickers in the chat. As soon as I get these all typed in, I'll take a look at that. And then I'll look at Apple after that. Gosh. This is... I know I'm skipping some tickers. I just can't remember where I left off. I'm sorry. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people on Twitter talking about CBAT going into this week. Will be interesting to see what happens. So, we're going to do the coolers 2 tickers, then we're going to do Apple, and then we're going to do everything else, all right? I'm going to skip some. I'm saying it ahead of time because it's just so many that and I don't remember where I left off. I'm sorry if I missed your ticker, okay? Try my best. So we have XOM and then EBON. Where's that? Okay. Yeah, remember, if you type something in twice, it's just going to make me take it off my watch list because that's how TradingView works if you double type something in. So this is XOM. The MACD on the daily is not great, if I'm being honest. Stephen M with the $5 donation. Thanks for the QS call. You got it. Appreciate the 5. So the daily MACD, this is honestly classic bearish divergence on the MACD and the RSI. So what that means is you made a lower high on the daily MACD and you made a lower high on the daily RSI. While you made those lower highs, you actually made a higher high, which is showing that on the second high you made, there was some buyer exhaustion. And now you're already seeing that start to play out with this move down. So the daily does not look great in terms of the oscillators. The 4-hour does not have classic bearish divergence because you made a higher high on both the MACD and the price, but on the RSI you do have bearish divergence. So just the oscillators, and this is just me reading to you what the oscillators are showing. They're showing some, they're showing it's a little bit overbought at these prices. If I really scroll out and look for supports, it looks like your next major support on XOM is $47.65. I'm not too sure about this one, honestly. You do have some bearish divergence. It just did have a very nice run. Could it be a bull flag? Yes. But I just want to wait for the MACD and RSI to confirm a little bit more to, see what's up with that. Let me delete this. EBON. Shout out to the Lizard King on Twitter. He's been talking about this one since much lower levels. On a nice run. I don't really think this is really a technical play. Oh, you want to see the long-term resistances? Sure. So you have one at 55.31, which was your high from right here. After that, you have one at 59.56, which was your low right there. And then it's really like this whole entire, let me just create a box. This whole entire area after that. Okay, so these would be your long-term resistances: 55.31, $60, and then after $60, like this green box around like pretty much the upper half of $60, which used to be your support before major dump. So those are like the long-term resistances. EBON, this is like your supply line. It's not great, but it's really not a technical play in my opinion. It's more of like a catalyst fundamental play from what I've heard about it. But if you're looking at the technicals, you have a resistance at $7.10. If you break that, your next resistance would be this green downsloping line. And then if you break that, you're thinking 862 would be the next one. So those are your resistances there. And then your support, let me go on the 4-hour. Maybe like, I would just say $6 because that was your lowest right here. And then after that, 563. So those are all your levels on EBON. And thank you for the 14 in the cooler. If anybody else wants to send a tip or buy some merchandise, that's the pinned comment in the chat and the first link in the description. All right, now we're gonna look at Apple real quick. It's at this demand line, okay? It's at this demand line and it's at a horizontal support, right? It's been showing support at pretty much about $133. So it's at two different supports. Hey, what's up? We have Mike in here who does the timestamps. We have 68 people in here. If you ever come back to the streams after they're done and you use the timestamps and they help you out, or if you just want to thank Mike for doing the timestamps on all the streams, can we get some vibes in the chat for Mike right now? Mike puts in a lot of work to get timestamps on all the tickers we go through, and as you're seeing, we go through a lot of tickers every stream. It does take hard work. So can we get some vibes in the chat for Mike, helping out run this show? Really appreciate everything you do, Mike. Thank you so much for all the work. So just want to shout him out real quick. So Apple, your next resistance would be $138. You're showing some I think it's class C hidden bullish divergence where you made a higher low with the same level on your MACD. All right, so now let's pretty much get started with all the tickers in the chat. Thank you all for showing Mike some love in the chat. Appreciate it. I know he appreciates it, but I also appreciate it because he does put in quite a bit of work. So ICEA, and I'm going to try and speed through these just because we have so much of tickers to look at. But hidden bullish divergence, and then support's pretty much like 462. As long as you're above 462, you're good. And you do have some hidden bullish divergence on your MACD and on your RSI. Okay. CIIC, what is that? Oh, that was bearish divergence. Well, here's a perfect example of bearish divergence because I talk about it quite a bit. where you make a higher high on price, right, from this first high to the second high, but you make a lower high on your MACD. It shows that it's overbought at the second high, and as you see, when you had that bearish divergence, the price went down right there. IEA, not ICEA. All right. I already have that as well, so look at that next. But CIIC, your support is 2611. That's your make or break area. If you're above it, you're fine. If you're below it, take caution. IEA, your support's like 1850. That's your make or break area. Not too bad or not too hard to really analyze. As long as you're above 1850, good. If you fall under it, take caution. You could create classic bullish divergence, but you need a MACD crossover to confirm it. ZRX, is that hidden bullish divergence? No, there's no divergence. Let me just clear this up. Actually, I posted this in the Discord and it literally played out. It was not an official trade. Let me just bring that back real quick. It didn't play out perfectly, but there was like an ascending triangle on ZRX. I posted in the crypto channel in the Discord. There wasn't a ping, there wasn't anything. It was just basically, if you saw it, great. You could have gotten a nice % profit in like 10 minutes. But I literally posted this chart right over here and 10 minutes later it went crazy. But then it pulled back with the rest of crypto yesterday. Your level to really hold is 163, which used to be your resistance. So you're in a resistance area right now. This is your make or break area. VKTX, I'm not too sure about this one. I don't really see an edge. I can see this going either way, but your next major support is like $8.17, which was your resistance right there. AMGN, you have some hidden bullish divergence on the daily. Let's look at the 4 hour real quick. How you doing, Narissa? Yeah, you have some, you have hidden bullish divergence on the daily and on the 4 hour, and you're trying to fight that 200-day moving average. If you get above the 200-day moving average, I think it's going to go to 240, like 244-ish. That's like a major resistance from over there. If you can break the 200-day moving average, this could have a very nice move. But you're at the make or break area on AMGN with some divergence. This is the type of chart, and whoever requested this, do not take this personally. It's just, I can't do anything with something like this. I hope it's kind of clear, but I really cannot do something based on technicals with a chart like that. CBDY, same exact thing. If you're giving me a chart that's a straight up or a straight down, I can't really help you out there. It's just not how I trade. KN, this one's different because it's in a trend. It's not like literally a straight line up. It's more of like higher highs and higher lows. So what I can do on something like this, kind of looks like the S&P 500, is show you that it's pretty much in a channel. Okay, so it's in like this parallel channel. As you can see, the support and resistance, and just towards the top of it, no divergence on the 4 hour or the daily. I can see this one going either way. It's at the make or break area. FUBO, bullish engulfing candle on Friday, looks pretty nice. It's just really hard to heavily chart this. Your major support is $40, which was your resistance right here and right here. Check the lower time frames. You could consider it 4 hour divergence if you consider this little one island, but I'm not too sure. I was looking at like a symmetrical triangle, and look, you bounced off of the bottom of the pattern. So it's kind of like a neutral pattern. This can go either way. NET, your support is 84.82, which is kind of like you're trying to tweezer bottom, kind of. It's not really a tweezer bottom, honestly, but 84 is your support. That's your make or break area. ITRM, straight line up, I have no clue based on technicals. It did bounce off of 212, which was your previous resistance. So I guess 212 is your make or break area. ACB, pretty harsh dump. You're actually out of support now on ACB, which 1238 was your resistance all throughout here. Now that was your pretty much your bottom on Friday. Be interesting to see if $12 can hold. That's your make or break area. Can't even speak right now, I'm trying. This one's a straight line up. I have no clue, it can go either way. Facebook, your support is 264 from right over there, as you can see. Resistance like 280, so you're kind of in the middle of a channel on Facebook. Your support's 265, and then your resistance is 280. XRP, you got some hidden bullish divergence developing. Okay, and your support is, where is that even from? Okay, so your support's like 53 cents. As long as you're above 53 cents, you're good. CTRM's a straight line up. I have no clue. I'm sorry. GOEV, let me go to the daily. That should have more data. Kind of looks like price consolidation. That, yeah, like a symmetrical triangle on GOEV. That's your pattern. It's neutral. It can go either way. Whichever way breaks out will be telling. NMR. Your support is $42. Your resistance is 50. Wow. Go figure why it topped out at 55. Because if we go all the way back towards the ICO, which is like the initial coin offering, pretty much like an IPO for crypto, this was a major resistance. So it was your candle high and then candle body highs. So that's 55 is your resistance, 42 is your support. Other than that, there's no pattern and no divergence. MAC, I never put out this trade. I don't remember who exactly requested it, but I'm just going to delete that. That's why I was saying when I was talking about it that you wanted to get over 13 and hold. It still has a chance, but what you really want to see on MAC is for it to hold $13 because that was your high last summer. AMWL, I did put out a trade on this, believe it or not. I think down here. I'm not even joking. You can go on my Twitter and find it. It'll take a while to scroll back. But back in November, I put out a trade on AMWL, literally like around like $25. And it went absolutely crazy. Now it's pulling back. Let me just delete the chart. Go figure why 3150-ish is where it bounced off of. Because that was your resistance right here and right there. Support resistance. And yeah, as long as you hold 3162, you're good. Next resistance would be 37. So this one's at the bottom of a range. It's not like a real range, but you know, the support and then the resistance. MSD was your trade guy hat. Yeah, I mean, it's not over. But because the MACD still looks alright, but you want to get back over 13. CBAT, a lot of people on Twitter talking about this one. If you go on my trading view page, I put out a 42% trade on CBAT about like, I think it was right here. I think this was the move that I called on CBAT. There's literally proof of it on my trading view page. It was like $5 to like $7 or something. It was like this. This was like the move that I put out as a trade. It was a great trade. It was like 42% profit in like 2 days. And then since then, it's just been making higher highs and higher lows. I don't really see much of a pattern though. That's the thing. You kind of have like I guess a demand line. So it really just comes down to this. If you can hold this green line, you're good. But you don't want to fall under this green line. Our earnings coming up, it looks like they already happened maybe. I'm not too sure. So we already did XLM and then EBON. So breathe for a second. Looks like we got the first round of tickers done. But yeah, keep hitting that like button and hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. If you want to send me a tip or buy some of the new merchandise that dropped today, that's a pinned comment in the chat. But yeah. Let me scroll back through the chat, see how much I missed. Palantir, ALB, HYRE, Twitter. Appreciate the support, Sam. BGS. We already did Clover in the beginning of the stream. It's one of the trades. Mike will put out the timestamps for it at the end of the stream. Oh, we've been going over NAT, but you did donate, so I got you right there. SOL, EOG, ICLN. All right. FIZZ. This is actually crazy. It had a pump and then a dump, and now it's finding support at your previous upsloping resistance. That's very cool. We were looking at this some time ago. You could have some hidden bullish divergence, but you need your MACD to cross over, and you just got some more negative momentum, so I'd wait for some more confirmation there. KR, oh my gosh, look at the 200-day moving average support. As long as you're above the 200-day moving average here, you're good. And then yeah, I see the daily hidden bullish divergence on the MACD and the RSI. I mean the 4-hour hidden bullish divergence, but also kind of on your daily. Need some more confirmation, but let me clear up this chart. Okay, hidden bullish divergence on the daily. Why is this up here? Let's go to the 4 hour. The cooler with the $6 donation. Thanks for all you do. Hope you enjoyed your weekend off. Thank you for all the cooler with the $20 donations in total tonight. Really appreciate that. And I appreciate all the support you've been showing, for real. Yeah, the weekend was good, except for the crypto trades I was doing. I just kind of got, I wasn't like reckless with my crypto trades. I was just like, I don't know the word for it. I just didn't care as much as I should have. And then Bitcoin ended up being weird last night and I got stopped out. So AR, I appreciate the other $6 you just sent. AR, your support's like 33.27, which was your resistance right here, and then it's holding the 200-day moving average. And then let me take this off the 4-hour chart. Then you have 4-hour and daily hidden bullish divergence, right? Okay, and you have confirmed divergence on the 4-hour. AR looks ready to go. Next resistance is 34.53, 10.35. There. Okay, so alright, so KR, I like it. Divergence looks good, 200-day moving average and a support. How I would manage my risk right here. That's Fibonacci, that's not. You want a risk to reward sticker that's also on the merch page. It just says risk/reward. I also got it, I'm gonna put on my MacBook. Because like risk, you know, not even in just trading, but in life, you always want to be looking at what's the risk and what's the reward of every single situation you're in. I don't know why I just got super deep there, but if you want the sticker, go get it. This would be how I would manage my risk though on KR. You know, it's not like it doesn't really move that much. So this kind of looks like a big target, but that's a 6% move, and then the stop loss you're risking 2%. That would be how I would manage my risk. ICLN, not enough data on the chart for me to analyze. Palantir. Okay, we might be talking here on Palantir. What have I been saying since we've been looking at Palantir literally on this whole entire rundown? What have I been saying every time I look at Palantir? Just wait for more confirmation. Wait for more confirmation. I want to wait to see if we can get to 3120, which was your candle high right there. I was talking about this like all of last week when we looked at it. You finally got down to there, and you're showing a bullish candle, which is a bullish pin bar. It's not this. The better version of the pin bar is when you have a green candle, but this is still a bullish pin bar. So if you can just get one more thing, which would be this, okay? This is what you're looking for on Palantir. Let me, I guess, just draw it. You're looking for the MACD, you go back to green. Then you will have class B. I'm just gonna make that blue. Actually, I'll just make that like this, all right? So if your MACD can reverse right here, you're gonna have class B, classic bullish divergence with the bullish pin bar out of support. That could be a trade. Earnings, February 16th. I think they have earnings tomorrow though, so you might want to wait till after then. Depends on whether you trade earnings or not. So, but the chart's all right, but obviously earnings override that. So kind of two different ways to look at it, but we'll see if it can survive earnings and show classic bullish divergence, then we can take it from there. ALB, hidden bullish divergence on the 4-hour, on the MACD and the RSI, and on the daily, and it broke out. Where was this from? I think this might be from the Discord from somebody, but yeah, you broke out of a bull flag with hidden bullish divergence, but earnings are not tomorrow, but the day after, I believe. Yeah, so you have earnings 2 days out. So again, so that's yours. Good job, guy in hat. Yeah, who's requesting that? I mean, good. It's good to see that people are looking at your tickers. This one looks good. Just remember earnings this week, so that can flip the coin either way. But yeah, just the technicals. If you're ignoring the earnings, which you never should, technicals look good. But I'm really emphasizing this. Earnings can always go either way. HYRE, I'm not too sure. You're super far from like a major support, very parabolic run. And well, you could create hidden bullish divergence on the 4-hour. So your 4-hour MACD confirms. That could send you to create another move up. Twitter is, wow. I didn't even know Twitter was going this crazy. Looks kind of like Snapchat like a month ago, but oh my gosh, Twitter, I mean, I don't know. This one literally is a coin flip. Crazy run though. EGS, your support is $31.60. You're above that right now. So you're trying to develop some support, but remember, you're not at a horizontal support yet. So I'm not too sure about that one. Oh, great timing. Jay Mensa bought the risk to reward sticker we were literally just talking about. You going on the Mac. See, I'm using my Mac right now. I'm going to put on my Mac too, so we're going to be matching. So Jay Mensa, I hope you enjoyed the risk to reward sticker. It's just like, you know, with a lot of the merch, I just don't, because the merch before was just like straight up FTM, which is awesome, repping the community. But I want the apparel to also be just relatable for a lot of other things. So that's what I was trying to do with the new collection today. Which is not like limited time. That collection is going to be around forever. Just appreciate the risk reward sticker. Enjoy it. MAT. Yeah, hidden bullish divergence is developing and almost confirmed. It's just a little bit interesting to manage your risk right here because you're in the middle of a range. So I'm not too. It can go either way, but like, even just trying to enter a position right here, just for the short term, of course, you can obviously break to the upside. But technically, you're literally risking more in the channel, right? You can definitely come to the top of the channel and then break out and go much higher. So that could change things. But is there like 4-hour divergence? Not really. I can see that one going either way. SOL. Hidden bullish divergence on the daily. I'm not sure about the RSI, it doesn't matter. Resistance is 25.32 and then support is 22. So you're also in the middle of a range right here. EOG. If it breaks $63, it can literally go crazy. That's your resistance. You're trying to move up towards it. You have hidden bullish divergence on the daily. But there was a better time to be entering, which was like right around here. So if you break 63 is your make or break area, so just watch that level. ICLN. What's the volume on this? It's an ETF, yeah. Support is 29.42, and then I know like that would be a resist. I'm not too sure. I don't really know how it really works here. I'm not too sure about that chart. But yeah, keep hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to send me a tip or buy some merch, that's the pin comment in the chat. I am getting a little bit tired right now. But in your personal opinion, how do you think QS is going with earnings? One, I have no clue. And then two, my opinion doesn't matter. I hate just not giving you an answer, but if you can't tell already, I'm very picky on my theses. Unless I'm literally getting like the craziest thesis ever. Like only when I have everything I want is when I put myself behind the chart. Even if it fails, at least I know I gave it my best shot, right? So QS, I really just looked at the technicals when it was at 45 bucks and it just looked so bullish to me. With like 30 different things on the chart lining up and just great price target. And remember, I always say the best thing to happen is when you have technicals and a catalyst line up, because you got in because of the technicals, but then the catalyst moved up the price, but then the technicals allowed you to play that catalyst, if that makes sense, right? You're getting in because of technicals, then a good catalyst comes along, which moves up the price, and as the price is moving up, your trade is already set up, and you know where you want to take profit, and you have a plan already because of the technicals. So that's like really what you're looking for in a lot of trades. With the QS earnings, I really hope nobody's expecting major revenue. Maybe that's not my place to be speculating, but their product is a few years away from being out. So I think it's just going to be more about them talking about their expenses and what they're working on and things like that. So I'm not too sure. Where do you click on trading view to show the risk to reward? Oh, great. It doesn't even show it on this screen. It's the 7th icon down if you go to the left, right? Where my mouse is right here. It's the 7th icon down, but my screen is cutting that out. Yeah, the tickers, there's not really a way for me to show the tickers on the screen. Really, it just comes down to like the names are up here. I need a place to put the chat in my face cam, so I can't really show tickers because the tickers are on the right side of my screen and you can't see that. It sucks, but there's not much else I can do. I would have to rearrange my overlay, which I will do eventually, just I like this one for the time being. I'm just trying to read things that are not ticker requests, trying to answer some of the questions right now. Alright, I guess that's like the majority of the questions. Alright, let me get some water. Alright, let's get these stickers going again. Nerve also got the wrist reward sticker. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoy it. Nerve said, appreciate your leadership, champ. Shout out to the wrenches too. I'm currently down needing those React vibes. Oh, you're currently you're down on trades? Well, I hope it works out for sure. Appreciate you getting the sticker. And yeah, I mean, I've said it on Twitter and I've said it a few times on stream before, but I can never say it enough. Shout out to every single one of the Discord moderators and the YouTube moderators for helping me with posting links, to moderating the chats, to giving me suggestions. Appreciate every single one of the moderators. Remember, this whole entire movement is not me at all. It's literally all of us, from me, to the social media team, to the moderators, to the timestampers, to all the members of the community. It's our movement. It's the free trading movement. And I'm just the person who's trying to, you know, I guess lead it, but it's really, it's all of us. It's really not just me. But thank you so much for all the support. Appreciate it. Did I not do NAT? Why did it not show up on my watch list? It's so weird. Yeah, NAT, if you watch Mitch Ray's stream. He's been super bullish on NAT, and Mitch Ray is awesome. I mean, he's in the description of all my streams. He's the person who taught me everything about technicals. He's the one that showed this on his stream. I just gave my interpretation of it because a lot of people were watching his stream and then came about it and asked me what I thought about it. And I also liked it. You obviously had a very, very clear double bottom and a supply line. You broke out of it. Huge move on Friday. Yeah. I can't really show targets on this one or anything because it's exclusive to his Patreon, but great stuff on NAT. So let's get the rest of the tickers going. Did I do BGS? Yep. So I think I left off on MRK. AMBL, that one's not showing up, Narissa. Solo, yes, the most important stock in the world. LMT, okay, did I already do LMT? No. UD, wow, I'm pretty behind. I say that like every single time I look at the tickers though. SNCA, LMT, I already typed that in, no? Yeah. CPST, did I type that in? Did I not look at that earlier? Oh, it's already on my watch list, okay. So I left off on that. We did IZEA. IVI, FISV. Did we do IZEA? That's correct, how I say it. I feel like we did, yeah. That was the first one we did, actually. MRK, so is this a triple bottom? It's not like a triple bottom pattern. I don't know what time frame you're looking at. Even on the 1 hour, I wouldn't call it a triple bottom, but you are showing support. I see these, you know, first bottom, second bottom, third bottom, but remember, you know, you want it to be more of like an actual pattern. That's not really, you have just so much data in between the lows that you can't, you know, a double bottom or a triple bottom should look like that, right? So that's what a triple bottom should look like, but this kind of looks like, not a double top, but you just have way too much data in between. But you are to support, that's very, very clear. Your support's $74. You don't have divergence on the daily. But you do have some classic bullish divergence on the 4-hour, and it's starting to go sideways. So sure, this is a lower risk area. It's pretty easy to manage your risk right here, and it does present a trade. You definitely trade at something like this, but this one moves very slowly. Apparently, I'm not too sure. You could definitely trade something like that, but like if it plays out, you're gonna get 4%. I'm not too sure. It moves kind of slow, if I'm being honest. That looks like it dumped, but in reality, it fell $2. TST, just way too gappy. I can't really help you out there. Sol is in the middle of a range. I can see Sol going either way. There's just no divergence, and it's right in the middle of a range, so I'm not too sure. I can see it going either way. As I said, LMT, you wanted to get back above 339. Don't want it to be under 338 because that was your low right here, your candle high right there, high right there. 339 is the level you want to get back above. QD was up 15% on Friday. How far back am I? Your support on this is $3. Your resistance is $4.17. Kind of just $4. So you're in the middle of $3 and $4, and your support's 3 and your resistance is 4. So that's really a coin flip in terms of technicals. This one, resistance at 209, and I have really no clue where your support's at. Just very volatile. CPST, remember, this trade played out perfectly. I think Sapper might have dropped this trade in the Discord for us, or like the idea for it, and then I lined up the reward to risk. Shout out to everybody who's been helping me out with the ideas. That's what I love about this movement. But this trade played out literally perfectly. It was posted right here. Pretty much all it did was go up to the target. It hit the target, even went a little bit higher than the target, so your order definitely got filled. Literally hit the target, then they had earnings like the day after, and then it dumped. And we did warn about in the Discord that they had earnings. So perfect trade. It hit the target, and then right after it hit the target, it dumped. At this point, support could be like 877. Pretty much like the upper half of $8 could be your support. You just want to hold that. IIVI, I have no clue. That one's, it's gone parabolic. FIZV, it's interesting. Your make or break level is 109, and you're pretty much right there. So no divergence either. I can see that one going either way. It could, no, it couldn't be really inverse head and shoulders because that's like way too low. I'm not too sure there. How big do I want the movement to be? As big as it can be. How often do you set limit stop orders, enter position without looking compared to setting alerts and entering manually? So that's the question I get asked a lot. There's just a lot of things it depends on. The two main things it depends on is what you're trading and what your mindset is, okay? So just talking about what you're trading first, if you're trading something that's very, very volatile, I would recommend using a limit sell and a stop sell order, because you might just be eating lunch or something and it's just super volatile, and then you come back from lunch and you're down like 15%. So, you know, if you're playing something that's volatile, I would use orders. If you're playing something that's not super volatile, then it comes down to your mindset, okay? If you're not good at, you know, taking your profits when you should be, or if you're not good at cutting your loss when you should be, then I would recommend having an actual order in the books. But if you are mentally strong and you have a plan and you stick to your plan, then you don't really need an order. You just need alerts for whenever it gets to the take profit or the stop. Can't even speak, but the reason I say that is because sometimes it can go like 10 cents under your stop loss and then bounce back up. So that's why sometimes not having an order can help you out. And then you just set your alert, and if your alert triggers, then you can just watch the chart and see what it's doing at the stop area. So if you're more mentally strong at listening to your plan, then you don't really need an order. But if you do tend to not listen to your plan going into trades and you find yourself down 15% because you didn't stop out, then having an actual order in the book can help you out. I used to always use orders on every single trade I ever did. Now I only use orders if the trade is volatile. If the trade's not volatile, I just set my alert in TradingView, and if my alert hits, I make my decision. Just so I don't get stop hunted and stuff like that. Or sometimes you have an alert at a resistance, but it breaks right through the resistance, and you can make even more profit, right? But also if you're not using orders, then you have to be more active. Like if, let's say you have like a job and you can't be trading during your job, then you know, you'll probably want an alert. So there's just so many things that it depends on. When you put out a price target, are you waiting for that price target or taking profits when you feel like it? When you feel like it. Remember, a price target and having a plan is what you need to do going into the trade. So it's like this double-edged sword where you need to have a plan going into every single trade so there are no surprises. But at the same time, you need to be able to adapt. If you have a plan going into a trade, but then like triple bearish divergence shows up on the chart, or bad news comes out, or bad earnings comes out, you need to be able to adapt, right? So if something doesn't get to your target and it's showing heavy bearish divergence, and you're already up in profit, why not just take your profits and lock it in? So, you know, going into a trade, you always want to plan, but when you're in the trade, you have to be able to adapt. It's really a double-edged sword, and it might be a little bit confusing to hear what I'm saying right now, but hopefully if it helped one person understand what I'm saying, it helped you out. But, you know, as long as things go according to plan, you follow the plan. If things don't go according to plan, then you have to adapt. But yeah. And then sometimes emotions just come into play where like your trade is down 5% and you cut your loss because you don't want to be down 5%, but then it just goes way back up and it's up like 15% QS, right? So there's a heavy amount of trading that just involves being mentally strong when you have to be and being adaptable when you have to be. Trading is not just numbers on a chart. Like half of trading is your mindset, literally. It's not finding a good stock, finding something that has good earnings, finding something with divergence on a chart. Literally half of the part is having the right mindset, and the best way to do that is just experience. So even though I've only been trading for like a year, because I turned 18 like a year ago, I've literally devoted that year of my life to trading, spending 7 hours a day doing it. So that's how I got my experience, because I do it much more actively than most people do it, trading. We already looked at IZEA. We did those two. Sundial, WAT. So these are gonna be all right. So my last one for tonight is gonna be WAT. This is my second stream today. You saw Rooster have a good one. So yeah, it's my second stream today. So these are gonna be my last two. Sundial, yeah, it's not really chartable. Technicals really don't matter. It looks like you came down to fill a gap almost. Probably did on the daily. Yeah, you pretty much filled the gap on the daily. Your support on Sundial could be like 170, which is far, honestly. You almost pretty much got down there and then bounced, so I have no clue on Sundial. I don't really think that the higher time frames matter on the chart. Sure, the 15-minute can matter, but I swing trade, I don't really day trade too much. And then WAT. Your next major support is like 253, and you have a gap fill to 266, but there's no certainty that it's going to fall down there. I mean, this is your make or break area. You're pretty much out of support. As long as you're over 281, you're good. If you fall under it, take caution. So there it is. I mean, that was probably like 45 takers we just did. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I am exhausted right now, honestly. So I'm going to get some sleep so I can come into tomorrow being fired up. And then even after the stream, there's still a lot I have to do, like post trades, which I am going to do tonight. Put in the timestamps that Mike does, get some clips for the social media team, post everything, and stuff like that. So we got Jeff Saxon in here. How you doing? Thoughts on SOS? Just put a call on $10 should do well if Bitcoin has a good week. We can take a look at that. We're gonna do this last one for tonight for Jeff. SOS, I mean, honestly, from a technical standpoint, it just went straight from 120 to 744, so it is trading at multiples higher. And your next resistance would be 877. So just using technicals, your next resistance would be 877. Although yes, there is also a resistance at $10, which was your low right there, but you know, when you're playing something like this, the technicals, the probability of them are just very 50-50, unless you got in at a value area. Just being straightforward, because it's like it's really hard to tell where I don't really see any support in the near term, so it can go either way based on the chart. But if you really like the company and the news around the company, that's a whole different story. But yeah, thank you all for coming out. I feel like it was a pretty good stream, my second stream today. Thank you for all the support. Make sure if you want to get some merchandise, to check it out. Go back to the other screen. Merchandise dropped today. So if you want any of this, like the I Heart Stonks shirt, or this hoodie, or this sweatshirt, they're actually Champion, so much higher quality. If you want to get any of the merchandise, those are all the graphics on the merch. That is the pinned comment in the chat and the first link in the description. Thank you for all the support. I wish everybody good luck trading this week. And I hope we all crush it. So yeah, have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.
I became exactly what I wanted to. I became a millionaire at 22. Telling girls I love them and they love me too. Ooh. I don't question if they mean it cause I know they do. Started being me when I realized it was okay too. Middle school bumping Waka Flocka, all they do. First album and I know just how it's gonna debut. Track 3 is why I tell her we gon' rendezvous. I'm signed to the gatekeepers. Don't believe the gossip cause it ain't true. Half of the dreams I had already came true. And they never told me anything I couldn't do. I got a mirror in my room I like to look into. At 17 I never thought that I would look this cute. Classmates can't believe the place I took it to. If I didn't rap then I would be a good masseuse. Fun fact, but it's a hidden talent cause she rubbing my back. All these different cities I'm becoming sidetracked. She leaving my hotel wearing something I packed. My wardrobe spread across the whole map. JYs used to book me for the open mics. Kills me when they act like this was overnight. Like we didn't do a tour in a tiny van. 8 deep at the show, it might be 8 fans. That builds character, something y'all could probably use more of. If I told the truth to her, I know she'd be tore up. They love it when I rap and I don't even put a chorus. Turkey on ciabatta from the deli, shot to Moras. 30 grand to show up, we might as well pour up. Fake handshakes, we know you ain't going for us. Ooh, it's something about your aura, I know.